stage lead, Tim Lane made the fateful observation that
the Cats were gone.
Their days of domination are over. And they proceeded to kick
Cool.
14 goals in a row against 1 point. So fantastic performance by them. But Paul Chapman did one of the sillier things I've seen for a while. They were 800 points ahead, the Cats, and 2 weeks out from the finals, he took it on himself to start punching the bejesus out of land.
Yeah, look, that sort of stuff goes on a fair bit within a football game, so I'm not into putting anyone in for anything like that. I'd be surprised if it created too much attention, but then again, the inconsistencies of the match review panel have been never more paramount than this year.
You don't think he punched him?
Oh, look, there were those jumper punches to the chest and the arms. Now, whether they're reportable or not, like I said, they happen a lot in a game. Players, I think there was a free kick yesterday, Scott Thompson on Nick Rewalt for a punt. He got a free kick and a shot at goal, but the umpire saw it wasn't reportable. So, this is where the umpires, if they're seeing it, that's a free kick should have been paid. So then it doesn't go on and on and on, as we saw with the Barry Hall incident earlier, and it's got, not the Barry Hall, the Baker incident earlier. If they pull it up quickly, then there's not going to be this continuous punching. And it is to the body and it is to the arms. When I say to the body, it's not to the stomach area where players get winded and stuff. It's to areas where players are quite hardened and they can cop it. Bit like what you used to do to your brother if he stole your shirt when you were a young bloke, you'd give him a dead arm. That's the sort of, so, I'm not about putting him in. I think there's not too much in it, but we'll wait and see.
Fair enough. Now, the team they beat, the Bulldogs, were in 4th spot, had pretensions to being one of the big four and a contender for the flag, had their pants absolutely pulled down. How on earth does Rodney Eade pick them up again this week and get their morale right?
Well, I'm sure they'll all have a good hard look at themselves, and they'll be disappointed in that performance. Certainly after the first 15 minutes, they were pretty ordinary. But on the flip side of that, Geelong were just awesome. And I think I said to you last week, Charlie, after Collingwood had beaten Geelong, I said the dangerous thing about Geelong is their ability to score quickly, and they're never out of a game. Even being dominated by Collingwood, the week before, they were still able to go in at half-time up, and then if that goal had been allowed by Burns, they were 3 goals up in that third quarter and hadn't played good footy. That's the ability that this side has that no other side has got. Even though, we saw St Kilda kick some goals against the Kangaroos yesterday in a row, but not in the same fashion that Geelong does it. They just have an amazing ability to turn it on when they want and kick goals very quickly. And the Bulldogs were on the receiving end of that on the weekend. Not much they could do about it when the Cats are in that sort of mood. And, they were coming off a defeat and they were unstoppable.
The fallout from that game and their performance is suddenly the spotlight has been put on Brad Johnson by his former teammate, Jason Akermanis, on radio today, who reckons Johnson is gone and that he should have been dropped weeks ago. His mobility is gone. His defensive skills are way down. I don't know if it's sour grapes or not. How do you read it?
The disappointing part of that is, Zach has said halfway through last year, he and others were talking about that the captain's, was basically gone. That, to me, is the reason why Acker's not there. Because Acker's talking about things that what him and teammates were talking about the captain last year. I mean, that's just rubbish. If that sort of talk was going on, no wonder they haven't made a grand final. Because Brad Johnson finished 4th in the best and fairest last year.
Right.
So that tells you he had a reasonable year and should have been there. Hence, should have followed up again this year. And if you're rating Brad Johnson on the other night's performance, then rate the whole side on the performance because they're all putrid.
How would you go if you're captain and you discover a few of the players talking behind your back saying Carey's finished?
Well, you'd be utterly disappointed. Hence, I don't believe that that's what was going on. I think Brad Johnson has the respect of that club, probably like no other player, and I couldn't imagine that happening. Hence, I find the comments disturbing and certainly unsettling. Hence, that's why Acker's not at the footy club because of stuff like that.